Hey, very good evening, everyone. How is Friday looking out for you guys? It's been a quite long week, no? Short week actually, because of the National Day holiday, isn't it? So yeah, today I think I want to do a little bit special as a form of a program. And the reason why I'm doing this is really because we did like 5 episodes of VC's Secrets, right? So we did like validate, confirm, and scale. And now I would like to, like take this opportunity to not talk about business so much. Use this opportunity to connect with you guys, chit chat a little bit. So you guys are online, just say hi, so I know you are here and I can, like wave to you as well. Yeah, so those who have just joined us, right? So every week I kind of do, like this program, and it's absolutely complimentary. This it's just an accumulation of what I've learned over the years, in terms of venture building. And I thought that a lot of these awesome lessons, as well as mistakes, can be applied to SMEs, right, or people who are starting business. And why do I want to do that? Because obviously it's COVID-19. It's really tough out there. People don't have money, resources, to look for consultants to help them in their business. And obviously, all helps are great, right? Like whatever help people can find. It's just that they have very limited resources to do that. So I was thinking, like, why don't I, spend some time, number one, put together a framework that's so easy to use. It's almost plug and play, where you can use it to diagnose, your business, or even use it to build business. And then secondly, I will run all these episodes so that you guys would actually kind of have an idea of how to use this business framework. Yeah. So but today it's really not about talking too much about business, right? It's talking about us. So you know today's transformation is not about digitalization and all that. It's a transformation of you and me. And you kind of know, like, I kind of like to use the butterfly because the butterfly represents evolution, right? From a caterpillar to a butterfly. And there was one mentor that ever told me before. There's about this story, okay? There was this butterfly, sorry, this caterpillar that was in a state of cocoon. And 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 the boy knew that like the butterfly would emerge from the cocoon, but the boy at the same time was too impatient. Um and and he started to cut the cocoon open so that he can release the butterfly, right, in the making, right? And lo and behold, obviously the butterfly started to crawl out of the cocoon, but then it wasn't able to like um fly. It wasn't even able to take off because um, the butterfly wasn't given the opportunity, right, to flex and grow its muscle, right, against the resistance of that cocoon, right? This butterfly needs time to build up its strength in order to, to be able to actually take flight. So the moral of the story is sometimes we need to invest time in ourselves, to really transform our life, and also transform our capabilities. So today is really about that transformation. It's the same philosophy, right, of how great founders are made. They have very indomitable personalities, right? And obviously, if you want to build indomitable business that are very investable, right? I think the first thing that you should invest in is yourself, right? If you agree with me, right, please type yes. So with that VCS model, right? I think it shares and it entails the same philosophy, in terms of creating success, right? I realize that a lot of people, especially some of the younger folks, right? They 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 want to grow and multiply their money very quickly, but jumping from a dream or passion, right, without foundation, right, and wanting to quickly grow your business from the get go, right? I mean, you guys are, like business owners, or are familiar business somewhere. This is not logical. I mean, in the greater sense, right? Like just to have an idea and then quickly scale it, right? It's not logical. Likewise, for sometimes expectation of ourselves, right? We have an aspiration and then we quickly want to become multimillionaire, right? The problem with this is, if we don't build that foundation, right? If we do not stand for something, we end up falling for everything. So that's why people will just, like a pinball, right, bump around, trying different things in life for a short period of time, because they wanted to find that holy grail of, becoming a multimillionaire, right, or striking that opportunity. But today, we really want to dive down into like the importance of foundation, like and how we can actually build that foundation. And I hope really, with this sharing, right, it helps a lot of our friends out there, whether they are still young, parents wanted to share the kids, or from the perspective of, if you are going through adversaries, like I promised today, I will talk about how I overcome it myself. And this is one of my very own secrets. And obviously, I mean, friends who are online tonight, would know that I don't I don't talk a lot about my own life, a lot of my own things. So I hope from this sharing, it can inspire someone. All right. Yeah, so today we don't go straight into scaling. We talk about the foundation, and then we slowly build up to how we can actually do that, right, to scale. So everything doesn't start so rosy and nice, like being in DBS, or being as a venture capitalist back in SPH, grooming startups, being out there and all that. Like I came from very, very humble background, and it took me quite a lot of struggle, hardships, and internal belief to get to where I am. So things are not served on a silver platter, from the get go. And let me share with you a story, a part of my life where there was a lot of struggle, uh, and how I actually overcame it. And then from there, I want to see whether you guys have picked up some of the secrets already, right? So let's begin with, so as a kid, right, my parents are super busy, right, like the kid in the picture, and they hardly have time for me, because they have work commitments. They need to keep food on the table. So very humble beginnings. But then again, from a child perspective, I just felt that like I hope there's more love to go around, right? And there's more attention. But unfortunately, the reality, especially like even in today's time, right? Working parents out there, you have to work very hard, and sometimes kids are being neglected, and during that time I was like super bored. Um, I wasn't able to connect very well with my parents from that perspective. I kind of and quite a lonely child, and that kind of made me uh, 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 a very bad teenager. Okay, I became a troublemaker all the way from uh, primary school, right? And I remember during PSLE, my friend asked me, hey Rudy, are you planning to go to express stream or to go to normal stream? And guys, I'm not kidding you, okay? I'm not kidding you. I actually told my friend that I want to go to normal stream. And my friend was asking me like, why do you want to go to normal stream, right? And I'll say, and my response was really, really very pure and honest response was, oh, because I'm a normal person, so I should go to a normal stream. And I have no clue whatsoever what express stream is. Yeah, so I was really that clueless. It's like I I'm just on my own now. Like there's no much guidance. It's like but then I was quite a happy kid because being on my own, right, I got so much time, to play marbles. I'm probably the best marble player. Definitely not the best student, but best marble player in the school. Yeah, I can catch like spider, I can catch grasshoppers. And I'm quite a rich kid also because every day, right, I will hang around at the school canteen, right, and the canteen has a very shallow drain. And when everybody knocks off from school, right, everybody rush home, parents picks them out, right. I'm kind of alone in school. So I will open the canteen, that grill, the drainage grill on top, right? Open it up, and, and there's a lot of coins in there, right? So kids finds that when they drop the coins inside there, it's too dirty to collect, right? So what I do is I collect all these coins, I wash them, right, and then I have like a lot of pocket money, lah. Yeah, yeah. That kind of started me to become a bit more entrepreneurial when I was a kid. Yeah. So yeah, and one of the biggest problem that I had during that period of time was I actually went to normal stream and joined a teen gang. So any of you guys know what teen gang is? Back in the 90s. Okay, sure, I'm revealing my age. If you know what teen gang is, right? Ah Beng is or Ah Lian is, right? Please type yes. Yeah. Otherwise, right, I have a video to share with you guys. If you guys don't mind the language, right? Okay, I have a video to, probably it will be reminiscence for some, but this is kind of like back in those days, right? How it was like. Let me show you. So are you guys surprised that I actually had that childhood? If you guys are surprised, yeah, please type yes. Yeah, that was really my childhood, man. I thought it was crazy. It's like I I'm bored, and I got into so much trouble, into fights and all that. And the time where my school was, in that whole Geylang area. So I was not only just getting into fight, I was like really, like taking care of billet saloons. And I'm not sure whether you remember those times, right? Taking care of billet saloon and all that. And I was absolutely not polished at all. It's like my English was, like bad, right? That was my childhood. And guess what happened, right? Um, my parents actually, felt that they can't deal with me anymore because I was involved in a police case, right? CID case for rioting and all that. So I ended up with CID, Tangling that time, I think. And then my mom was calling, and like it was the scariest place. Like you thought gangster was bad, I think police was worse. Like they are like just beating up youngsters like us. Like literally, like there was this other friend, right? Well, there was a phone book being put at his stomach, and the police just punched the phone book. So it was a lot of intimidation, and it scares the shit out of us, lah. But that was those times. But what I really wanted to point out was my mom was crying a lot. Like she thought that this child is gone. It's like there's nothing she can do. to change my ways, to correct me, like basically, I'm hopeless. Yeah. So academically, very bad state, like socially, very awkward. And then probably criminally also, involved in some ways, negative stuff, right? So I kind of like got at one point in time, got kicked out of home. So my parents decided that they can't deal with me anymore, and I was actually fostered by my uncle. I was very lucky that like at least my uncle gave a shot lah. He thinks, and it was very interesting because uh he actually gave me tuition when I was very tiny. I was much smaller, and he realized that actually there's potential in me lah. It's just that like somewhere along the way it went wrong. So I resisted it. I really thought like it's a bad idea to go to my uncle's place. I'm a rebel, right? So but then I accepted it. I kind of got kicked out of home anyway. So I stayed with my uncle for a couple of years. And there was a lot of self-parenting involved. It started to make me think a lot about like the meaning of life, the purpose of it, like because my uncle's place is very quiet, so there was a lot of quiet time when after dinner I would just walk to the playground, not to play at the playground, but just to sit there, and look at the houses and just think through stuff, right? And that time at a very young age, I also fortunately started to learn how to meditate. So I was also able to from there cultivate some kind of, I don't know, probably wisdom. Yeah. So anyway, gradually, and it was tough, yeah. So but gradually I started to come back, to my studies, to focus on my academics. And I did not say super well, but at least like top in class and things like that. So slowly climb from the back of the class, climb to the middle, and then slowly top in the class. So yeah, I think that period of time I started to learn how to be my own father. That's why there's a lot of self-parenting involved. But at secondary three, that that really has that inflection point, right? Something really huge happened. So at secondary three, I fell in love, right? I found my first love at a band camp, right? And she's probably the most amazing girl I've met, like at the young tender age. Why? Because I mean she is like not that. I mean, at that age, we are not looking at like the supermodels and all that, right? So what really impressed me was she came from a very very poor family. Um, Her parents actually deliver newspapers in the morning. Like during those days, right? Newspapers were delivered to your doorsteps, and these people, they have to wake up super early so that you can actually get a fresh copy of newspaper before you go to work, right? So that means it's like what 6 plus, right? So she helps her dad to deliver newspapers before she go to school. She's a Raffles girl, smart at the same time, right? Very smart, very how in Chinese say 懂事 yeah. So very down to earth, yeah. And I had such a awesome relationship with her. There was a lot of dialogue. That she talks a lot of sense into me. I get to understand a lot of things. And you guys know, I'm very clueless in my life, and my whole life is very clueless. So I'm very lucky to have people like my uncle and this girlfriend to share stuff with me. And then I think she was 1 year older than me, so her O level came first, and she said she wanted, like so this was my big break lah. It's actually a heartbreak lah. She wanted to focus on studies, and I was like very puzzled, right? Because like the relationship was so important to me, right? I thought that was everything. It's like, but then she say she's willing to give up such an important thing, which is the relationship, right? I mean, our perception of value was very different when we were young, and the value of that relationship is very high to me. And she's willing to give up this thing. It's like not asking you to give up like $1 million, right? So it really broke my heart. It's like, why? And she explained to me that she need to focus on her O levels, right? Because the O levels equates to the future. She needs to go to junior college and then finish her university, and hopefully, help the parents out of poverty. Yeah. So that really struck chord in my heart. I still remember that time there was this song called "I Will Survive." Right? You guys remember the song "I Will Survive"? Please type I. Right? Yeah. So I put the song "I Will Survive" right on endless loop. I just keep playing that song. I will survive. Da, da, da. Because so heartbroken, right? I was like, oh my gosh, this girl just abandoned this relationship, right? Yeah, just to focus on the study. That means studies is actually very important, right? So that really got me started to think about you know being more attentive in school, and like being more serious about my academics. And this thing happened actually. One day I was taking leave, and then I saw this guy. He actually took he was holding on to a file, and on the spine of the file, right, he wrote on Nanyang Technological University. Hey guys, I'm not making this story up. It's so etched in my head, right? Even after so many years, right? It's like fresh memory in my head. I was in my school uniform. I was standing on the left of this guy. He was holding the file. I remember he's still wearing a white top and shorts, has a bag. And this file is a white file, and there emblazoned Nanyang Technological University. At that moment, I told myself, I must make it to university, no matter what. Yeah. But guys, there's a huge problem. You know why? Remember, I was from normal stream. Yeah. So we we the amount of subjects that we study, right, only allow us to go to polytechnic. In order to qualify to go to junior college, right, we need one more subject. So that was a situation then for me. Yeah. So I like combined science, geography, the technical, yeah, technical stuff like that, right? So well, no choice, right? I went to the school principal. I was really, really determined to go to university, but I need to go to JC first. So I went to school principal, and I told the school principal, I want to enroll my O levels, right? I want to enroll for AMAX because I need one more subject. And he at first was not very encouraging, but he didn't tell me the reason. Um, but I was that determined. So I promised him that I'll study very, very hard, and he gave me some conditions. He said I need to pass, a test. Um, that is a midterm test that's set for the express stream. Okay. So that time, yeah, I was Sec 4, and then I need to go and sit for a Sec 3 express stream test, and I need to pass it. And he only gave me 2 weeks to study. Yeah. So what I did was I went to a popular bookstore, and bought an AMAX textbook, and some assessment book, and I started studying AMAX. In a few weeks, I went for the test. I don't know why. It's like my whole brain is just focused on passing this test. I wasn't even thinking about anything else. It's like like commando. Like just don't care, just want to do it. And for some strange stroke of luck, right, I just passed by 1 mark, lah. Yeah, just 1 mark. And I have never touched AMAX before. So it was just crash learning, buy a textbook from bookstore, and just figure my way, lah. Yeah. But guys, what's the best part? No? The best part was, right, a school teacher actually came to me, and yeah, these are the passive questions. I'll get to it in a bit. But a school teacher, my school, two max teacher came to me. The first max teacher was the one that's conducting the midterm test, and he was discouraging me right after the test. He says, I don't suggest you do AMAX, lah. This is not even available for your stream, blah 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 blah. So I just ignore him. The second teacher actually made an effort to come all the way to the canteen to look for me, and I was having my lunch, and the teacher says, Rudy, normal stream, right? So far, only one student is taking AMAX. Now, if that one student fail AMAX, right, the whole normal stream looks like it failed AMAX. You guys get what I'm saying? 10% fail. I mean, 10%, 1% fail is only 10%, sorry. But now 1% and 1% fail is 100% fail. Yeah. Guys, you know what's strange or not? When she said that to me, right, I wasn't thinking like, okay, yeah, she might be right, if I fail, right, then it's 100%. No, 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 no. You know what I was thinking? If I get A1, right, if I get A1, right, 100% of normal stream got A1. That was what I was thinking. I swear to you guys, I was sitting in the canteen when she said that to me. I was thinking, damn it, if I get A1, whole stream get A1. I really don't care. Yeah, I just want to do it. And the third part, and the third teacher that spoke to me was actually quite disheartening because she was one of my favorite teachers. She's actually my form teacher. Um, and and she wanted me to write down my dream score for O levels, and I just put straight A's and two B's. My languages are not very strong, so I just put two B's, and the rest all straight A's. And what she did was she called me to the office. She gave me that piece of paper. She said, "Rudy, I need you to rewrite your scores. I need you to be able to manage your expectation." And she explained to me, sometimes when people climb too high, right, the higher they climb, right, the harder they fall. So she says, the higher you expect and you don't achieve it, right, the more disappointed you are. I know she wanted to do this for my own sake, right? Like to make sure that she takes care of me, right? But on the other hand, she being my form teacher, she should know, this student, right? Like being around so long, right? What's my aspiration? So I said, no, I take the slip of paper, I give it back to her, and I told her, teacher, don't worry, you know, I will make sure I get these results. Yeah. And I even announced to everyone, I'm gonna score, these results. Because the teacher actually talked about it in the class, and the whole class found out, right? That I want to get straight A's lah. And I don't know whether you guys know normal stream friends, right? Normal stream is quite chaotic. It's like a lot of fighting. It's like the naughtiest student all put together, the kind, and then create a few classes. Yeah, yeah. The normal stream classes are very chaotic. And that time, I actually left the gang, right, to focus on studies. And I was harassed by the different gangs all the time. And everybody make fun of me because they say this is the guy that is like xiao one, crazy, yeah, that wants to score straight A's, which is almost an impossible task, right? So anyway, I just went ahead to do that. And even during prelims, right, they pick a fight with me lah, and I have to hold them down to say, like let's deal with this problem after I finish my exam. So you can imagine, fight begin a little bit, cool them down, finish my prelims, then continue. So it was quite like it's crazy, man. But anyway, I mean that was the environment I was in that I have to deal with lah. So I studied really hard, and how I studied was, I bought the Amex textbook, and it wasn't even the official school textbook. I bought a lot of past year questions, and that's as much as I could afford. And then what I did was I make a very big cup. It's not coffee, but I make a very, very big cup of green tea. Last time when you guys go to 7-Eleven, right, there's this big plastic cup, remember? So I make green tea. Why I make such a big cup, Because I don't want to leave my desk. I want to use as much of my time, right, to study. Yeah, if I can. I only leave my desk, right, to do a few things. Number one, okay, I run in the morning, then I go back to my desk to study. Okay, so number one, I go toilet, right, if I have to. I go and eat my lunch and dinner if I have to. And during lunch at time, right, I watch Sailor Moon. That was my best stress release. Yes, Sailor Moon was screened during lunchtime, and it's like a 30 minutes cartoon. Yeah. So other than that, I would just study, right? From 8 o'clock, I go for a run, 8:39, after shower, I study all the way to 10:30, then I sleep. Every day is like that. Every day. I grind and grind and grind for about 2 months. Yeah. Yeah. So to be very honest, with you guys, I thought I will retain. I remember I was the laughing stock of my entire school. Everybody laughed at me. My self-esteem is very low. I don't believe that I can even pass, O levels. I thought I might retain. So on the day, the result came, right? Everyone has to go back school, and then you go to the school hall. Then principal will start to announce um, your school result, right? So here I am, like I went back to school in school uniform, but there's a small problem. I was so nervous. I thought I will retain. I forgot to change my, you can call it boxers lah, but it's those shorts that we wear at home lah. So school uniform on top, then shorts forgot to change. Yeah, it's still that at home lang lang shorts. And I went to school like that, right? So it was quite strange lah. So when I reached school, I wasn't even I wasn't even thinking about like I don't even care, because I was really that stressed out, right? Like I put in so much effort, right? So when I reached the school hall, everybody was shouting, and then the principal went something like that. Okay, since, oh, by the way, I was late to school, right? So principal was like, okay, since Rudy is here, right? Let me announce again the O level results. So for N level, the top student is Rudy Lim, and for O levels, the top student is also Rudy Lim. So I don't believe my ears, guys. How can I talk O levels, the express stream folks? They are like so much better than me, right? No way, impossible. So I went back to my class where they all seated, right? And my teachers, my friends started hugging me. It's like bro, you know, this is crazy. So I was like cooling down, and then I start to, the information starts to, sit in, right? And guys, I got straight A's, right? And I even went to the junior college that I would never dream of, right? At that time, it was the number one junior college in Singapore. I would never dream of going into that junior college. Yeah. So like when the teacher came to me, right? The teacher that says that you will fail the entire level, guys, I got A1. So the entire level got A1 for A Max, right? You know how I felt at that moment when she came, and there was that awkward moment, right? Like she wanted to say I told you, but she ended up saying, like, yeah, I know you can make it, yeah. So that moment I just felt this way, right? Yeah, it's like it's not a yeah thing, right? Like I don't know. Sometimes when you work very hard, right? It's not like you're surprised by the result, or you're very very joyful, with the result. I actually felt very normal. I felt very normal, and very much later in life, somebody actually shared with me, people who thinks big and have big dreams, right? Actually, also subtly in their mind, right, expect that kind of results, that kind of outcome. That's why, like people who achieve things in life, right, they don't celebrate very often, one, like, or they can go for a drink or party, but they don't prolong their celebration, because it's on to the next goal, right? Yeah. So yeah, so that was really what I felt, and if you guys have picked up some of the secrets, right, and distilled the story, right, maybe why don't you share on the channel, on the chat, right? What do you think are some of the keywords that really left an impression on you? Yeah. Maybe spend 1 or 2 minutes, just share with me, what do you think are some of the keywords, key learnings from this story, right? From this history of mine that have left some impression on you. Yeah. Yeah, Yanling Slurpee, yes, from 7-Eleven. Good one there. Very good. Perseverance. Great. Nice. Bok Hui, strong determination and focus. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Yes, Yanling, making up your mind, right? So yeah, I want to share with you, every one of you, and hopefully you can also share with your friends, especially the youth, out there, right? And they have so much life ahead of them, these secrets, right? This what I would call, lessons that really help me to overcome so much more obstacles in my life, I hope that, like this so-called secrets will be able to help somebody, somehow, right? And this is really, why I'm doing all this online sharing, and please feel free to, like, just share the link, like and share the link, and like get this information to as many people as possible, like personally, I felt that the best way, to reach out to a lot of people is to use social media. Yeah. So okay, secret number one, yes, is to have, that belief, right? So guys, nobody nobody is born a champion, right? um and everyone gets there in their own way. So sometimes it's not wrong to say, right, you fake it till you make it, right? You create this imaginary you know where you work towards. Yeah. And 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 this is very important. The belief system is very important. Guys, never in a moment, never ever in a moment, let anybody's opinion of you become your reality, right? Never ever let somebody's opinion of you becomes your reality. You make your own reality. And this is how I define the belief system, right? So so it's really, it's all in your head. For starters, right? Even the moment you decide to be different, right? The moment you made up your mind, like what Yan Ling say, right, to be different, your mind starts to think differently, and you will start to portray yourself differently. You know, if you feel that your language skills is not strong, and you have decided, to be a very fluent speaker, and you have picked up somebody, who you admire, that speaks very well, and you want to model, against how this person speak, right? Believe me or not, the moment you make up your mind to do that, the way you present yourself, the way you speak, will also start to change. Yeah. That is why your belief system is very important. And and please, don't get me wrong if I talk a little bit about the law of attraction, right? Obviously, there's that movie called The Secret, right? And it talks about the law of attraction. Personally, personally in my life, whatever I think about, I envision, and I ponder and deliberate and meditate upon, most of the things comes true. Yeah. Especially things about, ourselves, right? How to be, more proficient in certain areas, how to present better, right? How to speak um fluent English, without slang, more neutral, right? It's tough, right? Because you can watch TV and then you end up picking an American accent or something like that. I told myself that I don't want to speak with a slang. I want to speak proper English. You know, I mean, I can go in the Singlish way lah, that style. But I told myself that if I put in enough effort, I will be able to speak clearly to people. Yeah. So that when you think about that, what happens to your mind is you start to tune in. When you listen to radio, and I used to put earphones and I play BBC English every night to sleep. When you already made up your mind, you believe you can do it, somehow you're more receptive. And it's very strange. Like sometimes people say, um, for people who likes to buy car, and they're looking at BMWs, suddenly they realize the whole road is filled with BMWs. Or somebody's looking at Honda, and then left, right, everywhere is Honda. In the car park, right, everywhere is Honda. So what your mind focus on, right, expands. It's really, really true. What your mind focus on expands. Yeah. So it's very important to make sure that you have a very good journal, of what you want to focus your mind on, because it's all inside here. Sometimes what we can do is to use a vision board, right? You envision the things that you want to achieve in your life in terms of imagery. So you can go Google, you can say, for example, you like to travel and there's a specific place that you want to go. Google that image, feel it, feel like you are there. Take the image and put onto your vision board. All right. If you want to stay in a house, don't just go for like big expensive house. Ask yourself why you want to stay in this house. Right. I wanted to stay in a house that feels like a chalet. Because last time I went to my school teacher house, and it feels very nice. It's like it's actually a cluster townhouse. Yeah, it's like a chalet. So envision that and put inside your vision board, right? And also envision yourself, right? What kind of person you want to be. Envision that, all right? Like for moms, do you want to be an awesome mom that your child respect you a lot? Envision that, put inside your vision board. So you create this vision board, a lot of images, and every now and then just look at it. Yeah, and I'll teach you how to do it afterwards. Yeah, but this becomes your belief system. Okay, so for those who meditate or pray, or in different ways, right? It's actually a very very good way to establish that quiet place. Yeah, that quiet place in your mind, whereby every time when you feel messed up, you feel very lost, you have established this quiet place, right, in your mind, right? Go back to that place. Go back to that vision, right? This is your prime point of your belief system, right? Go back to this prime point and then remind yourself, this is who you are. This is what you believe you want to accomplish. Go back to this point. You don't need anybody to encourage you, right? It's all inside here. Just go back to this point, right? Take a look at your vision board. Yeah. And also, never negotiate with yourself. Never negotiate with yourself. If you want to achieve something, it's either you achieve it or you die. Serious. Never negotiate with yourself. Don't. Sometimes we have the tendency to end up creating the habit to say, maybe another way, whereby one of TED Talk speaker did mention, like a rocket when it's about to launch, right? It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When it hits one, the rocket won't, maybe not, stay down there for a while. No, boom, the rocket will fly off. Yeah. Same thing. When you supposed to get out of your bed, because there's a whole bunch of things you want to achieve for the day, alarm rings, you tell yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you launch yourself out of the bed. Right? Yeah. Never negotiate with yourself. Yeah. When you negotiate yourself too often, it becomes a habit. Yeah. Then every small big things, all it becomes very noisy. Yeah. So one way to keep myself quiet in my head, right, other than meditating, right, to establish a spot that I can go to, is also to try to not give myself too much distraction, through all this internal negotiation. If you want to do it, just go and do it. Yeah. This is not being military and all that. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be very, strict and military and all that. Yeah. But this is really a mindset. So the moment you change your mindset, you have a belief system, right? You imagine that this is what you're gonna be, right? The sooner you get into action, the closer the gap, right, between who you are now and who you want to be, right? The gap will be closer and closer and closer and closer until you hit it. Yeah. So that's how I accomplish a lot of, like to my friends, right, like impossible tasks. Yeah. And yeah, whether you're right or you're wrong, you're always right. Okay. So it's all what you believe in. Yeah. Nobody can change that. Yeah, except for yourself. Okay. So the first secret is your belief system. Yeah. Secondly, I remember a joke that will coincide with this second secret. Okay. It's actually about a bookseller. Now he has a stammer. So that time People sell encyclopedia. I don't know whether you guys remember, those days people knock on your door and say, I want to buy encyclopedia, very expensive, $2,000-$3,000 Taiwan. Yeah. So there was this I'm very bad I cannot be a stand-up comedian. I laugh at my own jokes. So there was this guy who he has a stammer and he wants to sell book encyclopedia. So he went to the boss lah. He says, boss, I want to sell encyclopedia. And the boss was thinking, no way lah. How can you sell encyclopedia with a stammer, right? How can you be a great salesperson with an with a stammer? So this guy was like, boss, don't worry. If I don't sell, you don't need to pay me. Yeah, don't need to pay me. I only take commission. So so the boss said, okay lah, like a free employee, right? Okay, never mind. Let's give him a shot lah. So he went to sell, and lo and behold, at the end of the month when they tabulate the sales, right, this guy with the stammer came in the highest. He even blew past the historical record of all the other salespeople. So everybody become very curious, like, hey, how come this guy with a stammer is able to sell so much encyclopedia? Is impossible. So that curiosity, right, has got the boss to say, okay, I need to ask this guy, how did he actually do it? So one day he called him into the office, and he asked the stammer guy, I'm very impressed with your sales. If you don't mind, would you share with us how did you actually sell so much encyclopedias? So the stammer guy was very earnest, like so he says, okay, I tell you how I do it. So when I knock on the door and I tell them, if they are interested to buy my encyclopedia, and they say no, I tell them, then it's fine. I will read the an entire encyclopedia to you. and so the customer is like, no, okay, I'll just buy the encyclopedia. Okay, you don't have to read it to me. I'll just buy the encyclopedia. Okay. So so that was how he actually got his sales. Yeah. So my point is, yeah, perseverance is one, right? I mean, this guy has a consistent stammer, but sometimes, right, consistency is really how you applied it. If you applied it for the wrong reason, you consistently go for drinking, you become alcoholic, right? You consistently negotiate yourself, then you create a lot of noise in your head, right? So it's a matter of how you apply consistency to achieve results, that you wish to have. That this is a very important secret, right? In life, there's no absolute right or absolute wrong one. It's how smart you are in applying, certain techniques, right, to achieve what you want to achieve, right? In this sense, right, it's really about consistency, and I probably want to spend, um a little bit of time on this. Okay, so quick question, right? On motivation level, I just want to have a indicative, right? Like 1 to 10, 10 being super motivated, one being like completely not feel like doing anything at all, don't want to get out of bed, right? From 1 to 10, right? How are you feeling now? Are you supercharged, super motivated? You know, could you share? Could you share with us from 1 to 10? How are you feeling now? Okay, there's a small lag lah, right, from the answers, but I'm seeing the numbers coming in. So Bokwi is feeling at 8 right now. Right, the answers are coming in. So I want you guys to do this quick exercise, right? Do not think, right? When I finish the instruction, you just act on it. Don't think, right? So it's just two things you need to do. Okay? Don't think. Just act on it. Okay? You guys ready? Okay. Don't think, Clap your hands very hard 3 times. And now write down what is your motivation level now. Write down how you feel now from 1 to 10. Wow, Vernon, you're already 10, man. Long time no see. Hi, Vernon. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to do this exercise, right, is sometimes there are very, very small things that we can do in a day that make us feel accomplished. It can be very boring and mundane tasks like clapping your hand 3 times. But the moment you accomplished it, right, you feel good. You see, your motivation level starts to change. So even, I remember there's one Navy SEAL guy says, right, the simplest thing to motivate yourself, right, first thing in the morning, right, is to do your bed. The moment you finish your bed, you see it's so clean and nice, right? Straight away you feel like. So that's what I meant by, like consistency. Like emotions, whether you're happy or you're charged or you're pressured, to do something, all these emotions will average out after a while, isn't it? I mean, after a while, you just feel like, well, same, right? Then the task become mundane. At first, might be very exciting, but after a while, the task becomes mundane. But always remember this: when you have all these tasks, that you need to do, and you check on the Maslow curve, right? Or the Maslow hierarchy, right? You will achieve self-satisfaction, and that is very important because that makes you, that completes you. So remember, like however mundane those tasks is, don't belittle them. Remember to complete them. Be very consistent. Be very consistent in what you do. It's not just building up to hitting your goals, right? But be very consistent in what you do because those are important to you. Those kind of complete you and make your day. All right. So remember, like I shared in this slide deck, right? It says even water that drips on the rock consistently will pierce through that rock. Even a saw that's made of rope, right, will cut through wood if you consistently rub against the wood. Right. So your persistence, your consistency, your ability to manage tasks, whether it's in mundane, repetitive or not, right, will garner you results. But I wanted to highlight this. When you have routine, you will achieve this thing called mastery. You will be an expert in your field. If you're in sales and you do presentation, right? After 20 presentation, same presentation, you will be so smooth and so confident in delivering it. Do you agree with me? Like, if you agree with me, but yes, especially people out there is doing sales, right? You know, right? After presenting 20 times, you'll be so confident. You achieve this level called mastery. Yeah. And nobody can take that away from you. Yeah. So that's why when you have a routine, it's very important to establish a routine. Don't think too much about it. Remember, never negotiate with yourself. Have a routine, just do. Yeah. And you will reach this level of mastery. And when you reach this level of mastery, guys, you will be indestructible. You'll be invincible. Nobody can take that away from you. It belongs to you. Yeah. But you need to be consistent. Yeah. So just now I shared a little bit earlier about that whole vision board and stuff like that, right? If you guys have time, there's this book called The Morning Miracle. You can read that. Otherwise, I will just give you the Morning Miracle. If I don't get the whole 7 items wrongly, right? I will share with you right now. So number one, it's ensure that you wake up early. So the Morning Miracle has the 7 a.m. club, 6 a.m. club. If you guys have not heard about it, it's like a community that people form to wake up at 6 a.m. and they have this set of exercises they do to kickstart their day. Yeah. For me, there was one year that I actually woke up at 6 a.m. and eventually end up waking up at 5:30 a.m. every day. Yeah, to just to do the morning miracle. So the morning miracle is very interesting, right? It really sets your mind so well, frames our mind so well. Yeah. So the first thing that I mean, there's no specific order, but for me, it's okay. Number one, right? I will go for a run or some kind of exercise. Okay, so maybe 10 to 15 minutes. That's a very short one. And then while I'm cooling down, I will start to envision, looking at my vision board, right? I will start to envision how my future will be. And then once I envision that, right, I will give gratitude. I will thank my parents, I'll thank my friends, I'll thank my wife, I'll thank people that has really, like take care of me, care about me. Right? I'll be very I will have gratitude that I have these people in my life. I have all these opportunities. Yeah, I thank my mentor as well. So have gratitude. Okay, I hope you guys are writing this down. So otherwise you might have to buy the book and read the book lah. Okay, so after I show gratitude, right? I meditate. So you need to like at least sit down, breathe through your nose and feel the breath over here, right? And just meditate. You don't have to be very complicated. There's a lot of good YouTube videos out there teaching you how to meditate, right? Breathe through your nose. Make sure you feel your breath here. You may not feel it for the first 5-10 days, but eventually you will. You'll reach that level, right? So you attain that level. So meditate and try to focus on the point, right? You just close your eyes and find a point to focus. Yeah. That otherwise the point should be here, right? Focus on here, the breath on it. Yeah. That will help you to establish a spot in your head whereby when things got thrown at you that time, you got like shock, or bad news or stress comes, right? Guide your mind back to that spot. Establish that spot. It could be here. Establish a spot, and then calm yourself down. Right. So meditation is important. Meditation is not like what people say, right? De-stress, and it's not that. It's really to establish a spot in your mind so that when things gets a bit too rough, you have a spot to go to, right? And obviously there's a lot more things meditation can do, but for me, yeah, it creates and establish a spot that I can go to. Yeah, it's like a haven, right? And next is journal. So write down your thoughts, just stuff like how you feel, right? How you feel about your work, how you feel about things, just stuff, just pen it down. Pen your story down. Don't have to be 10 pages, maybe half a page, 1 page is fine. Yeah, just journal stuff down. And it's very interesting. I actually have my journal. Let me show you guys. See, the book is so old. Yeah. So in this journal, it's like I actually do like, see, day one of 100. I'm not sure if I can show you guys. And there are days whereby like I wrote down like certain things I felt like it was enlightenment, and I'm very lucky that I have those small bites of enlightenment, and then I'll just write things down, like focus on like quality of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So things like focus on facts, don't focus on people, things like that. It's just enlightened, right? Like, so have a journal, because these are things that you can go back to when you feel a bit like lost, and finally it's affirmation. So have affirmation with yourself, right? And during meditation or during your run, right, do this affirmation exercise. Tell yourself that you are okay. Tell yourself that you're a nice person. Tell yourself that you need to be nice to other people. Tell yourself things that positively affirm yourself, right? Things that you want to accomplish. What are the qualities? So those qualities keep affirming yourself that, okay, I have this quality, I have this quality, I have this quality. So basically, when it comes to consistency, every morning there's this practice that I practice, and it really helps not just me, a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, they benefited from this practice. So I hope that this little trick here can help you. But the secret, the real number one secret that sums this whole thing up is consistency. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to this one. I save the best for the last. Right. Wait, what do you see? You see victory, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, when I say victory, it's not like wow, triumph and all that. No, no. Victory is not for anybody to see. Victory is only for yourself to see. Yeah. What I meant by victory. Okay. Every time when you feel a loss of confidence, you feel down. Remember those days when you are suffering, you have a hardship, you have a huge problem you need to solve, and you grind through it, and you overcame it, and you succeeded. How did that feel? Do you remember that? Close your eyes, close your eyes. Close your eyes and try to recall a point in your life when it was very, very tough. What do you do to overcome it? What do you tell yourself? Eventually, when you overcame it, how did you feel? Okay, this is what I call victory. Why is it important? Because this is domain in your memory, whereby when you feel incompetent, when you feel negative, when you feel super down, you feel like everything you do doesn't work. Go back to these memories. Like for me, when I feel like it's impossible to achieve certain tasks, I go back to my like things like my O-level days, right? And I remember how I did it. You know, just be very patient, grind, be very consistent every day in, day out. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. Do your daily honest job. Just keep doing it. That's how I remind myself. You know, don't let other people's opinion be my reality. You know, people might laugh at me, want to be top student. Just don't respond to them. Just focus on your job. And why the victory is important? Because the victory confirms that my approach is correct. It confirms my approach is correct. And so today, when I'm in trouble again, this memory will save my life. I wouldn't let depression take me away. I won't let negativity take me away, because these are domains that you earn. You earn it yourself. Remember these nuggets of victory, because these are not trophies that you hang to show people and all that. These are not important, right? What is important is when you need it most, remember what they are, what it means to you. Go back to those things. Yeah. And why this is even more important, because we need suffering, we need tough time, we need challenges in order for us to progress. People go to gym and they hurt so much the next day, right? The muscle ache and all that, but they hit back the gym again. Why? Because they know that by doing that, their muscle progress and develops. Likewise for our character, our compassion for people, all these qualities needs to be grind, needs to go through fire. Then you will see through steel, through iron, right? You need to lean into the suffering. In fact, sometimes when I run, I thought, wow, especially I run like long distance, right? I thought like, I can't do it anymore. But I lean into the pain. I build calluses in my brain. Sometimes like when you do chin up and your hands have calluses, I do the same to my brain. I tell myself I have to lean into the pain. And that's important, because there's only two direction, right? Either you lean towards it or you go away from it. Yeah. So sometimes we miss a lot of beautiful opportunities in life to make us better. On hindsight, right? Sometimes you think, We suffer for 2 months, 3 months. Over there. Maybe you want to take a course, maybe insurance course or maybe something, right? Or you want to further your studies, or you want to take up a new career challenge, right? The first 1 2 months is usually the toughest, but there's two ways that you can go about it. One, you give up right away. The other one is to lean into it, enjoy it, like be sadistic. I'm not asking you to be sadistic, physically don't harm yourself. Please, guys, don't go and harm yourself. Okay. What I'm saying is, when there's challenge, lean into it, because it's like a gym for the brain, the soul, and the character. Lean into it, train yourself, and you'll be stronger. Yeah. So I hope that this will be encouraging for you guys, right? And that all these challenges and adversities that you guys are facing is going to become nutrients for your progress. More importantly, right? This technique allowed you to convert adversities into energy, right? This is what I call beautiful rage. When you see a challenge, right, you're angry. People look down on you, you're angry. But don't go and hit anybody. Don't go and hurt anybody, right? Don't go and stress out anyone. Take this rage, this anger, and convert it in energy. And tell yourself, I will do better. Yeah. I'll work harder. It's okay. It's all in me. I'm really born with abilities. I can see, I can hear, as long as I give the best shot, right? There's no regret. I'll do better. Yeah. Take the anger, the energy, right? And convert it into constructive production of the outcome that you want to achieve. Yeah. And I hope that the accumulation of these three thoughts, right, really comes together very well, because this is again not something about like just plugging concept out of the thin air, and neither guys, I am Anthony Robbins or what. I'm really not planning to be the Anthony Robbins of sorts, right? This is really what I've been through, and all these things really help me, yeah, to overcome the challenges that I face as I move along. And some of my friends who know me, right, it's like things wasn't served on a silver platter. Things I have to work very hard for a lot of things. Yeah, grind through a lot of hardships. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, back to this, right? So in any business, you want to build predictability, because investor want to see that if you replicate what you have already accomplished, you will help them to achieve the return of investment, right? Same thing for your life. Build predictability in your life, build that routine, because when you have predictability, right, you will be very confident in yourself. You'll be a very confident person. You'll be a person of substance. Yeah. You know who you are. You are a self-made person. So build that predictability in your life, and embrace the struggles, embrace the challenges, because those challenges confirm who you are. It confirms your ability, not to anybody else. It confirms with you who you are. And once you have achieved and attained a level of confidence, of self-esteem, or self-worth, you'll be able to scale your abilities to the rest of the world. You're able to share and help even more people and create greater value, while you're still around, right? So I hope that these are, important lessons that you guys would be able to share with the young friends or whoever. Yeah. Like, once again, if this thing helped you guys, please like it, please share it. Yeah. I most likely will be resuming, my VCS framework in the next coming episode. So this is where I volunteer time on Friday evening to just look at the challenges in your problem. So use that link over there, right? Submit your challenges. So I'm gonna just share it here as well. submit your challenges in your business, and then I'll speak with the team to discuss about how these challenges, right, can be mitigated, can be overcome, and I'll run a business clinic totally complimentary, so that at least during this tough time, you guys get some ideas and some inspiration on how to navigate your challenges. Okay, so I just want to leave with this parting message, lah. Like live a life, right, that outlive us. Okay, don't do things for the sake of doing things. Yeah, leave a legacy behind that is so long lasting, right? Even like people will share with the grandchildren and great grandchildren that says things like um Rutira, she has accomplished so much. You should learn from her grit, her perseverance, or like Casey Chan, you have helped so much people in life, then and as a grandchild, you should replicate the same success, the same passion for life. So this is what I mean. Don't float through life, don't do things for the sake of doing things, but remember to enjoy life while you're at it, and live a life that outlive us. Yeah. Okay, man, guys. So I hope tonight's sharing will benefit all of you. Please continue to follow my episodes. I hope to do more for the community. Yeah. And enjoy your weekends. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming by. And remember to like and share our content. All right, guys. Cheers. Good night. Bye bye.